Hey Tour Striker Nation, Martin Chuck here, and I'm at the Raven Golf Club in Phoenix, Arizona. It is a glorious day. We've started our golf school season. We're having a blast. And I encourage you, if you're in the snowy northern climes, come on down here and have a little fun. I am holding the Power Click 2.0. Basically, the Power Click was invented by a dear buddy of mine, one of my coaching mentors, Mark Evershed, a Canadian pro. I've never met a more passionate coach. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's a fabulous coach. Anyway, the Power Click 2.0, I'm proud to have in the Tour Striker line. Working with him on it, it's a simple device. It kind of fits up the forearm a little bit, and you put it on with a Velcro strap. And here's the cool thing about it is, guess what you have? A nice audible tone. And why is that so critical? Well, when we have these students who come to the golf school, quite often they really don't have awareness of what their hands are doing during their golf swing. And if you lose awareness of your hands in the blink of a golf swing, you really don't, you'll think of a variety of things, but you won't really say, well, man, my hands are guilty of that poor shot. So I'm going to hit a shot here. We're going to talk about this and how you can train with it. It's just a simple little training protocol. Notice when I put my hands on the club and I grip it, this is bent. So the first click is before I even swing. I get my comfortably bent left hand, my lead hand on the club. Now in the address position, so in the face on camera, you'll see that there's a mild bend in there. And why don't I stand here with my hands forward in an impact position? Because it's kind of an out of balance, awkward position. So having the hands fractionally bent at address with only mild forward shaft lean helps us be in a little bit more balance to go ahead and get our swing loaded, and you'll hear that click somewhere in my backswing typically. And then on the way down, the dimension between the click and my lead wrist actually increases. As I unwind, my wrist is working away from the clicker rather, the ball is gone, then post-impact, click, all the way up into a finish. So if you do this mindfully and slowly, we start off in a little click. So this will be your first drill, Tour Striker Nation. Start off in a fractional click. You're going to go back nice and slow. Listen for the flattening event. Hit a little shot. And I'm just chipping these out there 115 yards with my 7-iron. I'll hit a hard one in a second. But the point is to gather awareness. Again, at address, you want a bit of a bent left wrist, because that bent left wrist, through dynamics of pivot, flattens, and that's how you can powerfully unwind into a swing. The great Mo Norman said all these neat things when I was little, and I didn't understand them. He actually said, my hands work backwards as I unwind through a shot. So these are my hands working forwards. We don't want that. My hands work backwards as I unwind through a strike. So you're going to slowly do that. Feel the sense of how your hands work backwards as you unwind. And you'll do it and just gradually ramp up the speed a little bit. Hit that one a little bit, but that's okay. I'm in training speed, not too worried about it. As you start to gain awareness, you're listening, you're feeling, you're adopting these new sensations in your hands. Once you can do that, let's go ahead and speed some things up. We're going to go ahead and hit one a little harder. It's pre-clicked. I'm waiting for it to flatten, listening, listening, listening. There it is. And hit a shot, and those are nice little strikes toward my target. Now what you can do, Tour Striker Nation, I've got a piece of paper here, a business card, anything will do. What I want you to realize is that the pressure of the clicker will hold this piece of paper in place. So that piece of paper is in place. And for you to really have great dynamics of your wrist conditions, watch what happens here in transition. It's pre-clicked, therefore there's a little pressure holding this in place. As I go to the top and I start to change direction, you can see what happens. The shaft shallows, my lead wrist bows, my unwinding takes over, and that's what helps shallow and sling this golf club to and through impact on a nice approach angle with power that is inspired by body rotation. So over a golf ball with a bent lead wrist, you're feeling you're coming up here and you're dropping that business card as you unwind and hit a golf ball. That'd be a great second drill. We can go up here and pause at this position, drop the business card, hit a little shot. And after impact, remember, this will always re-click as the club overtakes that wrist. That's how you slow down in style and go to a finish. Now naturally, Tour Striker Nation, you can put this flat condition in place and just transport this angle chipping, and that's never going to click, or hopefully shouldn't. None of this at the golf ball. Narrow stance, little chip shots with whatever club you want, something with loft on it. Here's a little 7-iron, and now these little shots get inspired to go with rotation, and you'll notice none of this happens. So you can see, use your imagination with the Tour Striker Power Click 2.0. Great training device. Audible. Have certainty about what your hands are doing. Once you train them, they're going to be your friends. You're going to play better golf. So Martin Chuck signing off. Do that protocol. You'll play way better.